What's going on, all my toy collectors and Simpsons fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now today we're going to be taking a quick look at the brand new The Simpsons Bartman 4-inch action figure by Jakks Pacific Toys. This right here I believe is a Walmart exclusive. I got it from there for roughly around about $12. So stay tuned as we unbox this really cool toy and see if these new Simpsons figures are worth having a place here in the Cave of Wonders. Let's get to it. Okay, now starting off at the front of the packaging, you guys can see Homer, you guys can see Bart, you can see Marge's hair sticking up at the top right there. Let you know that this is from the TV show The Simpsons, made by Jakks Pacific, and the character we're going to be looking at is Bartman. And then you guys can see a clear package window showing you the figure that's inside. You can see it comes with a skateboard, a little slingshot right there, and obviously you guys can see it's Bartman. If you guys grew up watching The Simpsons, you guys all know who Bartman is. Now I've already measured this packaging out for you guys. It measured out to 6 inches long by 9 inches tall from up here at the top where Marge's hair is by 2.5 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be displaying this in the box. Like I said, I think this is a Walmart exclusive because I've only seen it at Walmart, and it was roughly around about $12.85, $12.99, something like that. So about $13, okay? On the side of the box, you guys can see Lisa right there. On the back, you guys can see a really cool pose. You guys can put Bartman in right there, and you can see some other figures that are in this 4-inch line. Now there is I think it's a 2.5-inch line. I think those figures are like $4.99 or something. And then there's the 4-inch line, which that's what this figure is right here. And these are some other 4-inch figures that are that have already came out and that are hitting stores right now. And like I said, I think they're all about $12 as well. Okay. Side, you guys can see Bartman right there. Right there's the label in case you guys need it. Let's go ahead and crack him out of the box. Now here's Bartman all out of the packaging. You guys can see the figure. You can see his little slingshot, his skateboard that Bart Simpson's known for riding around on. Now this figure is 4 inches, but he ended up measuring out to 3 3/4. I'm gonna guess so the adult Simpsons figures like Homer and Groundskeeper Willie and them, they can be a little bit taller than him for this 4-inch line, okay? But yeah, man, awesome looking figure, man. It would have been nice if he was, you know, roughly around about $10 rather than 13, but still, man, a pretty cool looking figure. Let's quickly look at his little skateboard. You guys can see it does have that little foot peg right there. That way you guys can, you know, stick him on there and he doesn't fall off. The wheels do articulate. That way you guys can, you know, wheel him around if you guys want to. Pretty cool little paint scheme right there. I'm sure it's just like the cartoon. I really can't remember exactly what his skateboard looked like in the cartoon, but I'm pretty sure it probably looked like that. And then he has this little slingshot right here that actually doesn't like stretch back and shoot anything. It's just meant to look like it does. So this figure is definitely going to just be for posing. It's not going to have any kind of action features or nothing like that. But this will fit inside of his hand, okay? And then you got this, my boy Bartman right here. Now, I do notice his articulation looks a little bit different than some of the Jakks Pacific Sonic figures I have, which is a good thing because I'll tell you towards the end of the review, I was not a fan of the Sonic figures that I invested in from Jakks Pacific. I wish I would have just passed on those until things got better, which I think things are getting better now. But originally, when I first started buying into them, I wasn't very happy with them. But yeah, don't expect crazy too much articulation from these figures for the price point, but his head does rotate around. It doesn't look up. It doesn't look down or anything. His cape isn't removable from what I can see. His arm does come up. It does rotate around right here at the shoulder blade. It does rotate at the elbow. It also does bend in and out at the elbow. Just be careful because I'm slightly bending this just like this, and you can see it how it slightly comes apart at the ball joint a little bit. It's not like it's gonna, you know, not like it's popping off or nothing, but I'm sure if you guys were rough with this and gave it to a little kid, they could probably break it real easy. Wrist does rotate right here. Doesn't go in or doesn't go out or anything like that from what I can tell. He doesn't have any kind of ab crunch, no upper torso articulation. Legs do come up to about there. They do kick out right there. They do rotate right there at where the knee is, but I don't see them bending at all. Hold on. There we go. Yep, sorry, it was a little bit stiff. Yep, they do end up bending right there, so he does have knee articulation. And then if you hold it right here, his foot right here at the shoe does end up rotating as well back and forth if you guys needed to, but it doesn't go down, it doesn't go up or anything like that, okay? So don't expect no crazy kind of articulation from him, but there actually is a good amount of articulation for the $12 or $13 price point, all right? Let's go ahead and throw him on his skateboard real quick, and I'll throw a slingshot in his hand for you. And here he is on his little skateboard. Now I tried to get his what is it, slingshot right here to fit inside of his hand, but it won't fit in there. It will slide in and then just fall right out. It's like his fingers are not tight enough to grip this. I'm not tripping, but you know, that is something that, you know, they should have fixed. They should have made sure he's able to hold this, because you know it's part of his accessories, so he should be able to hold it. Now there you go, I got it kind of in there, but you know, just fall right back out. But basically what I'll end up doing is I'll just end up probably, you know, dropping a little bit of hot glue on there and gluing it in there in case I ever decide I can just peel it off and take it off if I want. Okay, he does have little foot pegs that end up keeping his foot, you know, nicely secured onto that little skateboard. And I did notice you can't see it up close, but his hand does go in and it does go out. So I kind of missed that on the articulation. I thought it only rotated because I couldn't see it, but it's just because it's so small in there that then you guys can see it. But it does rotate in and it does rotate out. I missed that on the articulation. But yeah, other than that, man, pretty cool little figure for the price point. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked it to be cheaper, and I'll show you why in a second. Let me throw a couple other Jakks Pacific figures in here with him, all right? Now, here's a quick little size comparison of a couple other Jakks Pacific toys. These are all in the 4-inch scale. You can see the Donkey Kong measures out to, you know, 4 3/4. Like I said, 3 3/4. You got Sonic at 4 1/2. Same with Knuckles, about, well, he's about 4 inches, yep. So, I just wanted to show you guys exactly what they look like. Now, I do like the figure. I think it's pretty cool. I do have a gripe that this thing isn't fitting in there. Like I said, this isn't a $5 figure or a $10 figure. You know, you're pushing the $13 now. So I expect a little bit more. I expect his accessories to fit inside of them. I expect his articulation to be good, which it is. You know, it's nice. The articulation doesn't look like it's, you know, he can stand up by himself. He doesn't tip over real easy or anything like that. But one of my gripes with Jakks Pacific is the fact that their joints are just too loose, and a lot of times they can't end up staying up. You know, I try and get them to stay and they end up just falling over. You know, him, I've had to put a little bit of glue inside of his joints to try and keep him standing on my shelf. And you know, this is if I remember, I think this was a $10 figure, $9.99 or something. And I noticed that they did start kind of fixing it with some of the newer Sonic figures to where at least they can stand up a lot better and their joints aren't so soft that they just fall over, like this Donkey Kong right here. I think I got this from Walmart, and you know, his joints are good. He stands the way I want him to. He doesn't just tip over. But one of my main things is I don't really know if I want to start collecting these figures just yet, because I don't want to get invested and then end up a situation like I did with all these Sonic figures that I have, to where they just tip over and fall a lot of times. And I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to pay $10 a figure for them not to be able to stand up by themselves, or the joints, you know, just to tip over and fall, or to not be able to, like I said, to hold his slingshot, you know, in his hand without me having to add some kind of adhesive in order to get it to do what I want it to do. So I do like this figure. I know that there's other Simpsons figures that are dropping. Jack's been dropping a few of them. Like I said, this is the only one I think that is an exclusive one to Walmart, but I'm just not real big on jumping right into a new toy line until they figure out all the kinks. And you know, and I watch other people's reviews as well, so I see if they get something and what they complain about, and that lets me know, hey, you know what, I'm just not even going to be throwing my money at that if they're not going to fix the articulation or fix the you know, the playability with the toy, especially for that price point. $10 might not seem like a lot, but once you start getting up there towards, you know, 15, 20, it's like I expect a lot more, especially if you're dealing with like you know, like the McFarlane multiverse figures and stuff like that. How, you know, you pay $20 for those, you get a lot of articulation and everything like that. Once these figures start getting up there, it doesn't matter about the license to me. You got to make them to where it's worth me giving you my money. So honestly, I like this figure. It's pretty cool, but I'm gonna have to wait and see how many of the other Simpsons figures that come out and how good they're able to pose and stand by themselves and use the accessories that they come with, you know, just for the price point of what you're paying for a 4-inch figure right now in this Simpsons line that is being released right now. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know if you down in the comments if you guys are going to be jumping on the bandwagon and buying a couple of these Simpsons figures. I love the Simpsons. I want to support the line, but you know, Jakks has been kind of having an offshoot with me on how I'm not able to pose their figures. They look cool. They look like the characters are supposed to look like, but if I can't get them to stand up without having to come inside my cave and fix them every time I come here, you know, that's an aggravation for me. So, but yeah, let me know down in the comments if you guys are going to be buying these, okay? Until next time, stay cool.